Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far, wherever you're at in the world. And we are going to get the desktop all set up here and we'll get into the readings. Hope you enjoyed your Pisces full super blue moon that we had. We're probably still feeling the effects from it, which is all right because it helps us connect to the higher realms, right? And we are okay with that for sure. Excuse me. So let me get all this done here. And if you haven't seen the winners from last week, last Tuesday, I put out a video announcing the weekly giveaway winners there. So here's the video for that. There's also announcements in there about the drawings for next Monday, and then some important updates on how I'm changing, how often I'm on, and what I'm going to be offering. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Also, I just put out yesterday an announcement about 50% off my services for the remainder of 2023 because I love you guys. It's 50% off my pre recorded personal readings, my Hedge of Peace and Love, and also my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings. You can see details about what those are and links to those things in the description box of the video as well. So that is the skinny. If you want to know how the process works for free readings, be sure to check out the video description as well. And that is it. I'm going to try to keep all the announcements at the beginning to a minimum so we can get into what we're really here for, which is hearing from spirit. So I'm going to be using the round tarot today. I love these, very accurate. And we will get started here. So I don't have any donations yet. So we're going to jump into the free readings. And Vidi Jalan, you are up first. So hello. You want to know what opportunities or exciting things are in store for you in September? All right, let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So let's see here. Wow. So I like that you're getting a reward here. And I feel like the reward is coming in because of what you're doing with your questioning your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and kind of trapped and restricted. Things that have held you back before are being released, and it's bringing you into this new place. The King of Pentacles here, you can see the big Ace of Pentacles they have in their lap. This is one of the big things the king learns through their entire journey through the pentacles is a whole new way of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world, realizing that when they were defining themselves by the outside world, that's retail price. That's what we're worth to people and companies or whatever out there, right? But the king learns when he turns inward and upward, that's where they find the pricelessness of who they really are. It's not as fickle and unstable as the outside world, which changes moment for moment, depending on who it is that has an opinion about who you are and what you're worth. That varies from person to person, and even with each person from moment to moment. If they're not feeling good, then everyone sucks, right? If they're feeling great, everyone's wonderful, maybe. But it depends on how they're feeling and what they're going through that determines how they're perceiving you. And you're like, that isn't fair. And it's like, well, that's how that works. That's why there's a famous quote about other people's opinion of us is none of our business because it really isn't accurate. It's about their filter, what they're seeing the world through. So I like this because this is a reflection of you looking upon yourself. And the Eight of Swords is a wonderful flowing type of energy, which means you're moving beyond these thoughts and beliefs that would have made you feel blinded and bound and restricted and trapped before, which allows you to move into this new place of seeing your worth differently, which when you see your worth differently, your world changes. Because we, like we're talking about, we don't see the world as it actually is. We see the world how we are. So if we're feeling low and blinded and bound about ourselves, that's where we see the world. But when we change that on the inside, we're like, woohoo, our world changes too. So this is exciting, and opportunities do present themselves the more you look and release yourself from those past opinions, those thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that are rooted in fear rather than in the powerful who you are. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. And then up next, we've got showers of blessings. So, hello, hello. And any blessings coming to you soon? Well, you are showers of blessings. So I imagine so. Let's take a look here and see. Wow. Yeah. You've got, 2 number 8s here. You've got the 8 of wands, and you've got the, major arcana number 8. This does show, this is your human self and this is your higher self. You can see the infinity symbol representing that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you are, the actor behind this character you're playing here. But this shows a wonderful, deep connection between you and your higher self. And the 8 of wands also is about a lot of spiritual messages that are flying in from all over the place. Excuse me. So pay attention. Pay attention to the world that's going on out there, because if you are aware and looking, going, all right, where are these messages coming from? You're going to see tons of synchronicities. You're going to see a ton of messages, whether it's a bumper sticker, song on the radio, a sign, overhearing someone's conversation, a weird piece of junk mail with a message on it. You're going to be getting this all over the place here very soon. And in addition to that, you're also going to have these messages that are dropped into your brain out of nowhere, emotional messages. You're just going to get it all over the place. And there's this invitation to get quiet and be aware and listen, because they have tons of messages that they're bringing you. And I consider that a huge blessing, because they don't just chatter to have chatter. They're telling you important things about you, about your path, about things to know about your path. And it's amazing. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, showers of blessings. So many blessings to you. And then we have angel blessings right after that. So blessings, blessings everywhere. We are truly blessed, aren't we? We have so much to be grateful for in this moment. And the more we focus on our blessings and what we do have, it's a wonderful, wonderful energy that expands and draws more to us, because whatever we point at grows, right? So I love it. All right. And that was for everyone. So, angel blessings, you want to know about your September month. What does Spirit want you to know about your September month coming in? Wow. It must be a month of releasing of things, because here we have the 8 of Swords coming up and the Page. So, you have the Page of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Both of these represent movement of thought and change of belief and mindset that frees you from feeling restricted, like blinded and bound and trapped by all these thoughts, these small t truths that are rooted in fears of losing conditional love, fears of rejection, fears of failure, whatever it may be. um you know it's, you're becoming aware of it. 8 is a number of flow. If you think of like a 7 as 3 on each side, um and then a big one in the middle, there it stops the flow, right? Because 6 is 3, or 8's 8, 4 on each side, 3 on each side. There's this wonderful river, this flow. But you have an odd number, it's like, oh, there's an obstacle for you to look at, but this is you moving beyond it. And here, the Page of Sword, they're offering you the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the higher truths, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. It allows you to see the powerful being that you are. And then you look at the fears you have, all these popular opinions that have been poured into your head over your lifetime. There's this freedom that comes in, because we're taught, well, blah, blah, blah. If you don't do these things, you're a failure, you're unlovable. And then the creator goes, you're always lovable. You're unconditionally loved. There's no conditions. Don't believe that malarkey, you know? And we're like, oh, I get to release that stuff and I can sit in this wonderful unconditional love. This is the month of September for you, really seeing these fears and these beliefs that no longer serve you. We did come down here to experience what it might feel like to be blinded and bound and trapped. But when we're done, freedom is right there. We just don't have to become powerful to become loved. We just have to discover what of our own selves have created the obstacles between us and that. And so that's where the freedom comes. So I like that for you, angel blessings, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. I'm just gonna take a quick sip here. All right. And then Cutie, you are up next. So you want to know who is thinking about you and why are they thinking about you? You really want to know, huh? All right. Let's take a look here. Uh, well, you are on someone's mind here. And this is with the page here, it's really telling me it's someone that has known you for a while, and it's like being reactivated within them these thoughts about you. It feels here that, you know, here it's the higher self of the person is speaking up to them, and the 9 of cups here is the wish fulfillment. And there's these this nudging is a good word from spirit around this person, whoever this person was from your past. They haven't been in your life in a while, but they're looking at their life, and there's these nudgings of spirit going, you know, who would have been a wonderful wish come true for you is Cutie, you know. And so there's this um, new thoughts being reignited as they're looking over, kind of reviewing their life and seeing how they uh, how it could have been. You know, they're like, wow, you know, I didn't see it right before my eyes. I didn't see how good I had it, or how what a wonderful person this was. But I don't feel like I don't feel like they are going to reignite communication, because and I feel this energy that they blew it, and they're like, you know what, I totally I don't deserve I don't well, it's more like this: you don't deserve for them to come back. You deserved to have it from the beginning, and not for them to come back and go, I realize who you were now, and that, you know, blah blah blah. They're like, "Nah, you deserved to have it from the beginning, and I'm not gonna go back and mess up your life," is kind of their attitude. So it's interesting, you know, it's like, who is thinking about you right now? And, it's I felt like spirit wants you to know that so that you can see, 1, that you, of course, are a catch. You know, you, have so much to offer in a relationship, but also that, you know, some people do watch out for you and do care about you enough to not wanna mess up your life, and they stay away. But you have made an impact on someone's life, at least one, and we know probably more. But, they wanted you to know that, and, but they're not coming back into your life, definitely not. So that is what's coming in for you, cuties. So many blessings to you. All right. And I did have a donation come through here. And I think that is Dune. Hey, Dune. So, hello, hello. So, Linksley, you'll be the next free reading coming up. But I do have a donation. So, I'm going to step out, complete that, and I will be back to you. So, Dune, thank you so much for that donation. And you'd like a general for September. So, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about September? All right. So 1 and 3. Oh, and then the hidden thing is on the bottom. So we'll see what that is. So 1, 3, and 1. All right. So you do have a month here with the Queen of Cups. You know, she rolls and co-rules over emotion with the King, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which makes her the master of emotion. She's like the high priestess, which she can dive deep into the emotions and connect to spirit. So they do want you to know that during this month, pay attention to your intuition, pay attention, and if you can, step away from the chaos like the high priestess does and go into your high temple, connect to spirit, look into the depths of who you are and dive into your subconscious and your unconscious and really, done that. So um I like it. So let's take a look here and see what else they have here for you. Yeah. Well, I like this because you've got the Four of Pentacles, which the Four of Pentacles is this solid foundation in the outside world that comes in. And the big thing that they teach us here is this pentacle they're holding in the middle, which is that they um, realize that when they're looking to the outside world for their worth, they feel unstable. It's one of the big things the King of Pentacles learns as he goes throughout all the pentacles is that when I define myself by relationships, situations like jobs and education, and my body and money and my possessions, I feel unstable. And it's because all those things are unstable. People change, they pass away, they walk away. So relationships are unstable with humans. Situations, jobs, and education, we know those things never stay the same. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, are stolen. And so this individual learns that, when I'm defining myself by the outside world, that's when I feel so all over the place. But when I eventually grow tired of experiencing that, bored with it, disappointed in it, then I turn inward and upward and I find the most stable thing in this realm, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the spirit world for us. We're actually made of that love. And we find this foundation and we're like, okay, I'm solid. I don't need to define myself by all those things. It doesn't mean we stop wanting that, but we stop needing it. It stops being so desperate and we have the solid feeling inside and we're able to look at relationships differently as above and beyond extra because I'm finding what I need on the inside. Jobs and education are extra, money, possessions, whatever are extra. We're eternal beings and we live forever. This character is here for a short amount of time in comparison and we're like, I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. It changes the whole aspect and I feel like this is a huge piece because you do end up leaving here with the Eight of Cups, emotions and relationships and whatever that no longer serve you, and you walk away. They're walking away to the Nine of Cups, which is here. You're leaving behind your old ways of what, like emotional fulfillment or whatever it may be here, and the Nine of Cups becomes in here and there's this joy, this celebration of feeling the emotional fulfillment from within. The nine is like the hermit's journey, and again, you this emotional fulfillment comes about because you're finding the love you're looking for inside of you and not outside of you. So you become the chalice. You fill up and it overflows and fills up all your other cups. So there's this huge, I mean, especially with it starting off with the Queen of Cups, this connection to the spirit world that fills up your being. And the hidden thing, yeah, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, abundance. This is what's hidden from you is that you have all of this inside of you already. Because here's the Queen of Pentacles. I talked about the King of Pentacles, but it's that you have all of that already inside of you. This birthing power, this freedom that comes with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a lot like the Empress, um, in that she is free from all of the restrictions of society and spiritual belief and organized religion. That's what comes after the Empress. She's the number 3, number 4 is the Emperor, number 5 is the Hierophant, and the Major Arcana, which is the rules of society. If all these thousands and millions of people are gonna be next to each other, we gotta have rules. And then, spirituality is, well, if we're gonna have all these people believing the same stuff, we gotta have some rules, and those are all about the rules. But the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, is about freedom of birth, nature, this feeling of openness. So I like this for you for September. It feels very transformational. It's all about inward and upward. And that Queen of Pentacles is like Mother Nature inviting you, if you can get away from everything, get away out into nature, away from all the chaos and noise. You can really hear your heart, your higher heart, even more clearly. So I like it for you. Yeah. And go hang out. You can see things from a different perspective with the Hanged Man. Absolutely. And that's what they have for you, Dune. So thank you so much for your donation. Enjoy this September. I'm excited for you. All right. And then Shannon Marie, thank you so much for your donation. And I love this is your first super chat, it says. So I'm honored. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your first super chat. And let's take a look here. Did you ask a question earlier? If not, if you ask your question, I will prioritize that for you there. I don't think I see one. I'm just scrolling up here. All right. Yeah, I don't see one yet. So as soon as you put that down there, I will go to you next. There you go. So just what would spirit would like you to know. You're so funny. I like it. Absolutely. So let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know right now. JJJ, that's funny. Yeah, I haven't seen LA in a little bit either. She must be having a sabbatical. No alarms going off. She's so funny. All right. Wow. Okay. So I'm sorry. So you've got 3, 3, and 3. So if 3 is a special number for you, you've got it 3 times. So I like it. So let's take a look here at the first 3. All right. Wow, what a wonderful message coming in here to start off. Whoa. Because you start off here, and I'm going to show you these other ones. We start off here um, with this 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is a number of transformation and change in the outside world because it starts off with feelings of lack, feelings of being left behind, out in the cold, like the abandonment type of energy. But it transforms because this is when we're looking for our help from the outside world. It's how we feel. Because when we go into fight or flight mode, like when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, we go out of control. We knock the intelligent, loving, compassionate part of ourselves out, and we become a 2-year-old with a pet cat just trying to survive. We're like freaking out, um, and we'll pull the rug out from underneath people. We'll pull back all our support because I need it to survive, and that's how we experience the abandonment feelings from the outside world. But you see the beautiful stained glass window up there represents spirit. And this 5 of Pentacles is about this journey of realizing that it's spirit, it's source that brings us what we need in each moment. And we can build that trusting relationship with the spirit world because obviously we've got everything we've needed in each moment. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now. So we've got a great track record. They have built and have never, like in my 56 years here, I've never been without. I've been here. I'm alive, right? So they this is about building a trust with the spirit world that they're the ones that bring you what you need in each moment, even though it can come through people. It's like when you order something from Amazon, they can, you know, it can still be delivered by anyone else. They're not the ones that are supplying it, they're just bringing it to us, right? So that's what humans can bring. And we've got here this beautiful transformation. You've got the Sun card, which is one of the most brilliant, abundant cards, and the Queen of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You're being nurtured. You can nurture yourself is a message for you, but it's about abundance and also new birth in the outside world. You've got your inner child here too, which can be some, that's where we experience that abandonment is with our little inner child who this is Leo energy. Child is below the surface, so there can be a little bit of transformation that can happen at that level. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen free video series, it's either episode 4 or 5. I keep saying I need to find out which one it is, but it's 4 and 5. They're only 10 minutes and less anyway, but one of them talks about the 6 of Pentacles, which comes after this, which is how we learn and balance out this out of balance giving and receiving we learned when we were younger. That's where our feelings of lack and abandonment come from. So if you want to check those out, there's some additional tools that are mentioned in there that can help with that. So I like it. Wow. Yep, yep, yep. You definitely are in a wonderful transformative part of your life. And I like what energy's coming in here because you have a major arcana coming in here with another five, another change, right? So you had the Five of Pentacles. So there's this change of your worth that is going on. And then you have the Hierophant, which is this invitation to see things from a higher perspective, your capital T truth of who you want to be, who you truly are, what you truly want out of life, not the stuff we've been told all our lives, the supposed tos and shoulds, need tos and have tos and musts. This is about looking higher here. And I like it because the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. And that's what I feel is with the Hierophant. It's this revelation of what it is that your true wish fulfillment is. And the nines are the hermit's journey of kind of taking you inward to look at it. Because the Tower card came out in the middle, which tells me that you've had some things or are about to have some things removed out of your life for you. It's always for us. We can experience the victimhood of to us, like, "Oh, why is this happening to me?" As long as we want, but eventually we can go, "Okay, I've had enough of that. Enough woe is me laying in the aisle of the store having a tantrum. Now I can get up and go, okay, now why did I want this to happen for me? What is being removed out of my life so I could realize my true dream come true, my capital T truth of how I want to express my heart, my gifts, my love to the world." And so that could be like, losing a job. It's like a job that sucked, that we didn't care about, or a relationship that we felt stuck in, that we had a lot of fear around, or whatever. Whatever this is, it was like something that we were not wanting to leave and get out of, and then boom, we're released from it. And we're like, woohoo! That's what I feel. The kind of energy that's coming in, this powerful change that is coming through. Yeah. Yeah. Because here comes some more. So these are your other three cards. You've got the Magician, another major arcana, which powerful, seeing here, connecting with your power and your understanding of who you are, what you're wanting in life, and how it will unfold here. Because whatever we focus our energy on is what grows and expands. So part of this journey, your understanding is that when I focus in on what I love and what I want, then I'm telling the universe, I want more of that. It's like a little kid who goes into a bakery and they have that, the glass shelf counter with all the donuts in there, and the little kid's pointing at a donut over and over. And the baker goes, all right, gets a dozen of them, gives them to the kid. And the kid's like, oh, I hate these. And the baker goes, all right, rather than pointing out what you hate, point out what you love, and I'll bring you dozens of that instead. And that's what comes in here with all of this is this power of where we're investing our choice, where we're, having this, energy going forward. And it's the major manifester, right? So it's like, what do I want? And we have the emotional choice here too with the lover's card. It's like there's this peace of mind with the Four of Swords coming in here. It's like we're letting go of all these expectations. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. You can see how they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords there. A lot of this is cutting away the old beliefs that when anything happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. This is how I'm supposed to feel. This is where I'm supposed to invest my energy. These are the actions I'm supposed to take in the, outside world, right? But there's this clarity coming in that no, I'm the one. I'm a co-creator with my own life, and it's more so that we're the one at the table ordering, and the creator and spirit are the waiter, taking our order, going, all right, what do you want next? And they were like, you know what, I would like this appetizer and this and that. And they're like, all right, order up. And then they bring it, and we're like, why did you bring this to me? Well, it's what you ordered. So we are taking responsibility for the choices in our life, and there's this huge transformation that is happening because of this. And I love it because it allows you to be less fearful of what's in the future, because we're feeling less and less like a puppet for circumstances, because when we have all these beliefs that, which we're given all these opinions growing up that when this thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. This is how I'm supposed to feel. This is the energy I'm supposed to put. And these are the actions I'm supposed to take. Right. And it's a great, energy, because instead of going, "Oh, well, this is coming, so this is how I have to act," and we feel like, those puppets with the strings, like, "Okay, I'm being controlled by circumstances." It's like, "No, I'm cutting off those strings. I'm releasing myself from these have tos, and I'm taking my power back. I get to decide." And so it's a very, very beautiful, empowering time, and wonderful messages here. Let's see. Ah, very good. Perfect. So very much a affirmation for you of like a high five for what you're doing, fist bump, high 10 even, and that you're doing this and just continue, because it's a mental choice, it's an emotional choice, it's an energetic choice, and it's a physical choice too, right? So I like it. All right, perfect. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. High 10. Whoops. So thank you so much. I appreciate your donation once again, and I love where you're headed. So many, many blessings to you. You are very welcome. All right, it's moi. Hello. You had a creepy experience today. Well, thank you for your creepy experience donation. And let's take a look here and see what happened here. See, we're walking on a trail. Okay. Using it for months. The strange man on a scooter, and he suddenly stopped a few steps ahead of you and stared at you. You felt like you're going to be attacked. Wow. So you felt super scared, and then you continued to walk past him because there's no other place to go. Yeah, good idea not turning your back on him. Just felt goosebumps and chills from that. What was it all about? Any insights? Okay, yeah, let's take a look here and see what this was about, right? Why was he staring at you? All right. What else? All right. Okay. And then the unseen on the bottom. So you got 1, 2, 1, 1. So 12, 11. We'll see what this means here. Okay. I like it. All right. So we've got the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is about leaving fears behind and movement, right? And so there is this movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. And this has to do with mindsets. And I like this energy coming in because I feel like it was such a significant event to get your attention to look at your fears, right? You know, with the goosebumps and the stuff that came up is what fear rose from within you, right? Because on the other side, you got one, two, and one. You do have the Queen of Swords who balances mind with heart. So this Ace of Swords also helps look at fears, cut away fears, and allows movement and change to happen with it too. So, you know, we've got this on either side, the mind and the balancing of the your energies coming in, because in the middle you've got the 10 of cups and you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. 10 of cups is fulfillment and overflowingness and all of this. And it feels like this is what is at the core of the fears that you needed to know about that came up, right? So, you know, of course, can understand when, there's, of being attacked, of being alone with, someone else that could hurt us and harm us in different ways. You know, there's some natural things that we have, like stranger danger that arise, right? Especially when people act differently. Um, so I understand, that we have the good survival instinct that kicks in, but there's something more there that they want you to look at with all of this. You know, you've got this wonderful joy, this energy overflowing, this connection with Mother Nature that's here too. And I feel the hidden and unknown thing that you're like, why did this happen? Why did they stop? First of all, well, you have the Eight of Wands. You have this energy around you, and I feel like when you go out and you walk and you're connecting with nature, that you feel this just the special bond with Mother Nature. And I feel that for some people, they sensed it, like this individual, they were like, what is this? What is this energy here? They just felt something different and they were just like it's almost like they got taken aback and scared, not scared, but because, well, it is scared in a way because their inner child felt something different that they hadn't felt before, and they went like, "Whoa, what is that? Is that a witch?" You know? Is this a someone, is this a ghost? Because it felt very energetic for them that they were actually a little bit taken aback by you. So it's like you guys scared each other, but, right? They're just like, what's going on here?" Because it's this, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture feeling here. But there's this 10 of cups that's like whoop, whoop, whoop. It's almost like you have this aura that's above you like a rainbow, and they're just like, whoa. It's like they may not see it with their physical eyes, but their little inner child sees it, and they're like, what is that? I don't know why they're bringing they're reminding me of, there was this, this TV series called True Blood, and, Sookie, who is, like, one of the main characters in it, she actually had fairy blood in the story, and people were always, like, drawn to her because of it, but she didn't know she had it in her inner. She was, like, always wondering why she was hearing people's emotions and thoughts and why people were attracted to her. She's like, "Why won't they leave me alone?" And it's because there was this energy, and I feel like that's what they're showing me is that you feel different than other people, and that's what makes people stare or intrigued or wonderment or like, they step away because they can't understand it. They can't comprehend it in their human mind, and they're picking up stuff at the in the subtle realm that's coming in here. So I like this because I feel like spirit wanted you to know this because um, it's important for you not to let it bother you because you're expanding it. You're entering a period of growth that's coming in with this too. So it's just going to get more. Oh, you do feel that from other people? So you're like, okay, well, I like it. I like it. Yeah. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups, which is this um, expanding relationship that you're having with your higher self. It's just growing and growing and growing and expanding. So just be prepared for more of it. You have nothing to fear. I feel like they're more afraid of you. Yeah. Than, yeah, because you have the strength. Here's the, your human self and your higher self again coming in here. So, and they're saying you have the courage and the strength. You don't have anything to fear here. This is the, you know, when we whatever you focus on grows and expands. So just continue to focus on that beautiful energy and let that grow. Let the fears fall away with it. So, of course, don't be stupid, right? We're like, oh look, there's a dark alley with a bunch of people in it. I'm gonna go walk down the dark. No, it's not doing that. But you can be out in nature. You don't have to, to fear. Um, and I like this. You definitely are surrounded by a host of beings, supernatural, powerful beings as well. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's moi. So that is what they have for you. Again, thank you for your donation. And Dune, thank you for your additional donation. All right. All right. And then what can we see regarding your career? All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? It's like we can see everything, right? But what are they willing to share? Because they see it all. But they're like, sometimes there's a need to know. They don't want to ruin our wonderful surprise, right? So let's take a look here. See what they have. All right. Not to worry, not to worry. All right. So I see here we've got the 5 of swords, which is a change of mindset, a changing of inner mental conflict around career is coming up here. So I like it. You've got your heart on one hand, and like usually I see it as like the ace of swords in the middle, which is connecting to the higher realms, right? Then we have two swords on this side and two swords on this side. It's like they're on, and these are the two that are at odds. It's our human mind of the supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, our human ego, our, the fears of not doing what's supposed to we're supposed to do and all that wonderful opinion stuff, right? And then we have our high heart, which is like, I want to do this, I want to live. This is like I want to exist. We need to do these things on this list. And our heart is like, woohoo, I want to go do this and share this with the world. And there's this going back and forth, right? And this is where the conflict is doing and existing in a job, but having this inner struggle of wanting to live, not exist. And I like it because what comes up here, we've got the Sun card, which is a very abundant, overflowing card, and of course, our inner child, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, this tells me that you do have this bright light that's shining upon the area of your career, and the Ace of Pentacles, which shows new opportunities that are coming your way as well. I like all of this because it feels bright and it feels like your heart wins over your brain. Yay! Because here again, the Four of Pentacles making itself known here, which is I am not defining myself by relationship, career, or possessions or physical things, right? I'm finding my worth from the inside up. And that is what brings in the solid foundation. I feel like with the 6 of Cups here, also, connected to all of this, because this is the feelings of home, the 4 of Pentacles, like 4 walls in the outside world, and the 6 of Cups is this nostalgia too, and so it feels like there's this message of being drawn back to home. If you don't live near home now, I feel like you might be drawn back there for a job or a career, living your dream, circumstances opening up. 6 of Cups feels like childhood dream, childhood, and all this child energy coming in here too. Between the 2, feels like this draw back to feeling childlike, dreamlike, nothing's impossible instead of, well, that's not the responsible thing to do. That sounds such like a parent telling a little child, right? Yeah. So, it's like there's this feeling of finding, and home is where the heart is, which makes sense too, because it's like finding where your heart wants to be and what it wants to do, not what the mind wants to do. And that's like this freedom, this childlike energy, and I love it because we're only here for so long. What are we waiting for to live our dream, right? We come here to feel like what it feels like to feel restricted and trapped, and fear of failure, fear of being rejected by our tribe for not doing what's expected of us. But there comes a time where we're like, woohoo, especially in the age of Aquarius that we are in. Aquarius is the rebel. It's the old ways don't work anymore. There's new ways, and they're, this pioneering energy and spirit that's around. So I like this. It feels like definitely new opportunities coming, but it's rooted in getting out of the brain and into your heart, right? Of recalibrating things and understanding, what do I truly need to live? And an example is like, gosh, what was it, about 3 years ago, because it was right when COVID was hitting, because I was like, "What am I doing?" People were starting to pass away from it, and I'm like, "Why am I in this job that I've been in for such a long time, and I'm not living my dream? What am I waiting for to live my dream, to die?" It was like this, "Bah!" And I was like, "You know what? I sold my condo, I sold my truck and my vehicle. I just simplified a lot of stuff that allows me to do what I do and what I love now. And it's not normal. I used to think, oh, people without cars, what losers, psh. But now, I've totally changed my mind in that, because I'm like, the insurance and the maintenance and the gas and the payments and all of that, I'm like, "Is it worth it?" And I'm like, "Not for me in that part of my life," but it took me to get to that point, and, I feel like this is where you're headed. You're reevaluating what truly is important in your life. So, I like it, I like it, I like it. So, that is what is coming through, Dune, for you, so hopefully that brings a clarity for you, and again, thank you for your additional donation. All right. So I think that was it for all of my donations. So we'll scroll back, and we had left off with Lynx Lee. So, Lynx Lee, you want to know Leo's feelings towards you. Let's take a look here. Just reshuffle these up here. All right. So, what are Leo's feelings towards you here? Well, we do have this 6 of wands as victory, but it's like 3 wands on each side, wands being passion and attraction. So there is like equal attraction between the 2. But when we get the temperance card, I know we're like, well, not a patience card, blah, but happens always on purpose for us. It's slow in growing emotion. There's attraction, but there's this resistance of them sharing that. And usually when there's this slowness when it comes down to these, types of energies, it's because they are, cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve them around love. So they're raising their self-love, and it's also giving us time to do the same. The thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the emotions, people, whatever, we're doing our own cleansing of things out of our life that happened for us, but we're done with that. Because if we continue to vibrate at a lower love vibration, we continue to experience those wonderful love vibration experiences and relationships and people. And we're like, well, usually when things slow down, it means, all right, I think we've had enough of that. We're ready to go to a different level and have different experiences. So I feel like that is what's coming in here right now, for you, Linksley. So just know that there's emotion there, or passion. It's not emotion yet. It's more physical attraction, energetic attraction, and emotion slowly growing because for the reasons that we mentioned. So hang in there. That's what they have. And then JJJ, you'll be my next free reading coming up. But I do have a donation coming in. So thank you so much, Swaroop Bobby, for your donation. Appreciate that. And when will you get a job? You're currently jobless. All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. So got those and those. A lot of activity. Let's see what they want you to know here. So you've got 2 and 4, 2, 1. So 24, 21. Whatever, if that means anything to you here. So let's take a look. All right. Yeah, I see here you've got 2 threes, and here's the disappointment and, like losing the job or whatever happened that was very disappointing regarding job. But I love this combination because it's like, you know what? This is for you. The threes are all about creativity. The three of wands is about you choosing to go a different direction than you normally would have. And so we'll look at these other cards, but I like that they're saying here, don't take the separation of job or ending of job or whatever happened as a as something happening to you. It was actually happening for you. And they're reminding me of the story of the eagle's nest, which I'll tell you real quick because eagles here in the United States, they build these craggly nests made of all these twigs, and it's not a place for eggs or little baby eaglets, but they pad it with furs of animals and shrubberies and cloth to make it all nice and cozy and warm and comfortable. And then they lay their eggs, and then the little eggs, of course, are born. The eaglets are there. They bring in, it's like being in a hotel. They order in room service. The parents bring all the food to them, and they're up safe in this warm place, right? And that's perfect for these eaglets. But when they're old enough and it's time for them to fly, what happens is the parents start ripping out all the comfy stuff because the eaglets, if they're comfortable, won't leave. They'll be like, "What do you mean? No, bring me more food." But so this is like what is happening here. There's this opening of things were made uncomfortable. It was time for you to leave that because it's time for you to be somewhere else. And I like that. So they wanted to let you know all of that to start off. So that's what's coming in there. And then let's see what else they have here for you here. Yeah, yeah. So we definitely have this another three. So here's the creativity about you being true to your authentic self. It's important for you to kind of think outside of the box of, instead of doing what is expected of you. The three of pentacles is about you pursuing something that is more in alignment with who you are and what you want, rather than trying to fit in. Because you also have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles tells you here that, it's this reevaluation of what makes you feel whole and complete. It's also the home um kind of card, which feels like, I'm not sure if you are away from a home, but it feels like there's this home energy. Home is where the heart is. Okay, so they're saying this again because this just came up in a moment ago. But it's home is where the heart is, and so it's about following your heart. Um, there's this movement that comes in here, and we've got the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is this, our fears. These are all the supposed to, shoulds, need to, have tos, must. These are the ones that when you wake up in the morning going, gotta go live my dream today. That's not your dream. That's someone else's dream. Part of this process and part of the when that's coming in here is how fast you release this energy of supposed to, must, and feel restricted and start looking outside of the box. Because as you with the Six of Swords, as you leave these fears behind, you have movement forward, leaving the choppy seas to the calmer seas, and you are able to move into something. There's this movement. Could even be movement to a different city, nation, across water, if necessary, but it's about you living your dream more so. So they wanted you to know all that because that's all impacting the timing, because there's these fated events. If you have a chance, check out my Take 10 with Zen playlist, and episodes 4 and 5 talk about things that we can do to help things come sooner, because we're given a range. There's hardly any events in our life like jobs, relationships. It's usually just birth and sometimes death have like specific time frames, more so birth. Everything else is ranges, mostly. And so we can have things come in sooner or later based on our beliefs, our actions, our energy, subconscious things. And those two episodes, which are 10 minutes or less each, tell you some tools on how you can bring things in. But one of the big things they're having here is for you to get like out of your mind and into your heart and follow this. This timing in your life. It's time to live your dream. Yeah. Let me see what this other one is here. Yeah. So you do have, here's the page of swords, which tells us here that you've got this new way of looking at things, new ideas, seeing things from a different perspective, which that Ace of Swords helps get rid of these fears, allows movement, right? And it brings joy. There is also this message here that there's this the three is standing out. So it's like it can be 3 weeks or 3 months that you can get a job. And again, that energy is up to you. There's this time frame of, threes. I don't feel like it's 3 days. So it's like 3 weeks to 3 months that it can take, but it all depends on you and how you're looking at things. The Three of Cups is also about recognizing your tribe, and there could be someone in your close circle that's aware of a job, of something that's like your dream, and something that brings you joy. That's what this Three of Cups is too, is joy. What makes your heart sing? What brings you joy? Even if you sit down and just think of times, when did I feel like the happiest in my life? Well, do more of that, go that direction. The heart knows the way, run in that direction. And I like this because the Knight of Cups here is about you pursuing your your heart's desire, the quest for your heart, not the mind. And so this definitely helps with the movement here. This is one of the faster moving horses. So if you follow your heart, things move fast. If you follow your mind and your fears, these are the things that drag us down. because when we're focusing on what we feel is missing or what we hate in our life, that lower vibrational energy is like an anchor. It just drags us and it drags and makes things go slow. But the more you focus on gratitude and raising your love vibration, letting your heart sing, pursuing your heart, that's higher vibration energy and things move faster. So that's why it's all within your hands with all of this. So hopefully that helps for you there, Swaroop, and many, many blessings to you. I like all these threes. It's be creative, think outside the box. Don't go do what you've always done. It's time for you to live and have something more exciting and, um, you know, not just always do what, well, this is the job I have all the experience in. Let me just go back into that because it's just going to be another eagle nest experience. You're gonna be bored, you're gonna be uncomfortable because it's time for you to fly. So, that's what's coming in for you, so many blessings, and again, thank you for your donation. But definitely check out those Take 10 with Zen, they have some great tools, and it's all free too. Alright, and then Supernova, you're very welcome. I see your donation there. I don't see a question yet. So as soon as you post your question, we'll jump down there. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to scroll up to the next free reading. And JJJ. So you want to know, what can you do to build your trust in spirit? All right. You have evidence, but why is it so hard to trust? Yeah, it's the human side of us, right? We're taught to focus on what we can see. Yeah. Yeah. So we are stubborn, we stand our ground, and that's okay. Eventually we get bored enough and we see these things in the outside world that we're taught, we're taught as humans, relationships are what bring us our wholeness and things and jobs and education and I'm sorry, not things, but situations and then things, our bodies, our bank accounts. Eventually you can see how we get bored with it and then we turn to this higher love more and more and more and more. The biggest thing is not to beat ourselves up about it, right? Um, the more that we um, like punish ourselves and like, oh, I can't believe I didn't trust spirit, that takes us into fear and keeps us from trusting spirit because we go into that lower energy. How we build trust is by trusting. And I know that seems simple, right? It's like, but how? It's moment by moment, right? And then that's where the trust and the faith is. I know for me, like it took a huge time when I was selling my condo here and I was moving away, and I was going to take a year to prepare, and then it became instead of a year, it became like 4 months I was gonna move, and then it became 2 months, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I had so much that I needed to get done before I moved to help, to prepare my condo for sale and everything that I was, like, freaking out moment by moment." I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna get all this stuff done," and that's when creator was like, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, "I do," and when I heard, Do you trust me?" It made me have to choose in each moment. And so anything that you can do when you feel you're not trusting is in that moment, just hear the creator and spirit go, "Do you trust me?" And then they would ask, "Do you love me?" And it was a wonderful combo because I would trust for 15 minutes and then freak out again about my long list. And then I was just doing the next thing, trusting, doing the next thing. And then I started seeing things take care of themselves when I was like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's done. And amazing things happen. Like one of them was I had a living room full of stuff I was needed to get rid of. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to take all this to donate it, and I'm gonna have to take several trips. And then out of the blue, someone contacted me and said, "Are you still looking at trying to get rid of stuff? I have someone who lost everything, and they'll come take whatever you can give them. They will come in a van and just take it all away. And I'm like, "Oh, well, boom, taken care of," you know? It's that type of stuff that can happen. And that's what I feel with those with the cards there. It is about, trusting moment to moment and putting those things, into action. Even if it's putting like I always talk about putting an alarm on your phone every half hour, hour. "Do you trust me?" Question mark, and then that helps build it. But don't beat yourself up. Our human is taught to mistrust what it can't see because it needs to see it, right? Our inner child feels unsafe and out of control when things change. And so it's like, all right, trusting you. And the more you develop the trust with spirit, the more trusting you become. They, like, earn it, and they're okay with that. They're not like, "You should just blindly trust me." They're like, "I don't blame you for not blindly trusting me. I'm going to prove it to you because humans have let you down. You have this, um, hesitancy to trust because that's what you've known in your life. You haven't met anyone that's totally 100% trustworthy, so why would you 100% trust someone till they prove it to you time and time again? And creator will, spirit will, and I like it. So, that's what they have for you, JJJ, so many blessings to you. All right. It's, well, it is your subconscious mind, it's your inner child, yeah. So it is our inner child because it's that's our emotional child that grew up, 7 years and younger is the one who experienced people letting them down, and that's why they're hesitant to trust. And so it is our entire human side of us that learns to trust. And it's okay. It's hard, um, but there's no failure, The hard thing is not judging yourself for when you don't trust. And you're like, even if you just say, "Sorry, I didn't trust you." They're like, "I understand." No harm. You can't hurt creator and spirit's feelings. They don't look to the human to define them. They're like, Whatever, you're good." What's the next thing that you wanna try trusting me with? And I will show you, so I like it. All right. So, Supernova, thank you for your double donation. So your first question is, how did your school life as a child and teenager impact you mentally and emotionally? All right. Wow, that's a deep question, right? This reading sounds oddly familiar. All right. Well, let's take a look here. Did you dream about it? Deja vu. You are very welcome, JJJ. All right. So let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know? Because this could be like a 5 hour session, right? Of how did my school life as a child and teenager impact me mentally and emotionally? And of course, um, I know counseling was great for me. And, disclaimer, I am not a licensed counselor. If you check out my disclaimer in my description box of the video. So let's take a look here. All right. All right. Well, we see here, we've got the Knight of Wands. It's a lot of fast paced movement, and I don't know if you moved around a lot or not, but it's just this feels like with the world and with this, it feels like a lot of I don't know. It just felt very busy and a lot of plans, a lot of planning had to be done. And the Two of Wands, it showed you here when you it really showed you whatever you focused on is what grows and expands. And a big piece of all of us with our childhood and even our teenager years, it really shows us, and we're taught to focus in on, because the two of wands is whatever we focus on grows and expands. We're taught to focus on our fears. We're taught to focus on what we hate, what will come, we fear will leave our life, what we fear will come into our lives, fearing failure, right? There's all this fear that's inundated, and we're taught, choose this, choose this, choose this. But, something that happens, and this is why teenagers, why we have such a strong battling like here, is because we want to stand up for ourselves, right? We want to do what we are wanting to do, not try to be forced to do things by all the adults and teachers and all these rules. That's why teenagers are known as rebellious teenagers, because teenagers are trying to become who they want to be, but everyone is trying to control them, which doesn't, it's like someone trying to control a lion. Good luck, right? Roar, roar, roar. So there's a lot of desire to find our power, and we've got the Seven of Wands here, which shows me this standing up for oneself, standing up for one's dreams. We either go one of two ways when we are, growing up. It's either we suppress ourselves to try to fit in, or we go rebellion mode and tell everyone to go put their ideas somewhere else where the sun doesn't shine, right? We're like, so one or the other. We either kind of become bullied or we bully almost, with it. We rebel or become a bully or we're bullied. And it just feels like, that's what happens. And that changes, and has us, it just has it formulates our patterns of what we put to the outside world, especially 7 years old and younger, with our emotions, our emotional body. The mental is more 7 to 14, and the teenage years, like 14 to 21, has this energy of um, you know, our bodies are changing, our hormones are changing, our emotional and mental bodies impact our physical bodies. And so we have all these fears that are igniting, all this stuff that's igniting, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was bullied a lot too, but we know um everything on purpose for a purpose, right? And I like that spirit brings it back to us here, that with the wheel of fortune, someday our human will look back, and I do now, and so you will be able to do it too. We look back and go, I'm grateful. I have no regrets on anything that happened to me in my entire life. I see now uh why it's for me, and it has allowed emotional movement. It's allowed me to be independent and strong. Yeah, I was suicidal. I almost ended my life. So that was a pivotal point. I chose to live, and here I am now, 34 years later. Yeah, because I was like 22, 34 years later. 20 Yeah. I know math, but there's this ability here. It's this movement of emotion, the movement of empathic abilities. It helped us to have this, and especially with you wanting to be a songwriter. What great, if you had a perfect life, what kind of songs would you be writing? What wonderful experiences you have to write about now with songs. I know that sounds bad, but it's like Taylor Swift keeps coming back to mind, where she's like, "I don't know what it's gonna be like if I, um, you know, don't, um, have it if I break up." Or was or it might have been, oh, I can see her face. She's the English, she had, like, 23 or whatever her name of her albums. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot her name, but I guess it doesn't matter. But it's like, you know, if I have a great marriage, what am I going to write about? So I like it. It's knowing that everything happens on purpose, for a purpose. We come here to experience every single emotion, and that's what we came here, for. So, you know, um, when we realize that everything, you know, yeah, yeah, you live on purpose now, right? And it's like coming out and everything else, there's when you realize when we fear not being ourselves, and everyone has like a coming out of one way or another, why, whether it's sexual orientation, or I don't want to be, what everyone wants me to be, like our family are all police officers or doctors or whatever it is, and like, no, I don't want to do this, or everyone's a certain religion, and we all have points in our life where we're like, I just got to be me, and our fears get outweighed by this ugly feeling of not being our true selves, right? And so when we can really realize that everything in life does happen for us, then we become experts, um, like, I think I talk about his name was Prem Rabat. I probably totally mispronounced it, but cute little young boy who's so intelligent. He's so connected to spirit already. He's probably an indigo child because he says whatever we practice the most is what we become experts in. So if I practice finding and complaining about things, I'm going to become so good at it. I'm going to be able to find things to complain about that no one can find to complain about. But also, if I choose to become an expert in finding things to be grateful for in things, then no one will be able, I'll be able to find things to be grateful for where no one else is able to see it as well. So I like it. And I feel like this was more for the just you and me. And that's why they wanted to go in a little deeper. But that's the, childhood and teenage impact on you has taught you to go, I'm going to choose to live. And when we face the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough and all of that, then nothing can stop you. You're just like, well, you know what? I've been bullied all my life. I survived. Bully me some more. I don't care. You know, um, you discover who you are through the fire of it all. So that's what they have there. And then you want to know your second question. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, and you definitely have more empathy, for people because you're like, I know what it was like to be bullied, and so you take time to listen. You allow people to be themselves, etc. So, your second question there was, what is your true personality like? Which one? But a bunk. Yeah, your true personality is your spiritual side, right? Your true personality is the capital P personality, right? But this personality here on this earth, when you look into your astrology, look into all of this, you have the Knight of Wands, which is funny because this is what your teenage and this came up for your first question. And so your personality became this fiery individual, very, I want to move forward. I'm in a quest to get my power and to step into my power and to direct my power, for it all. Um, yeah. Capital T truth, is that what you mean? Um, that's something I call it. It's the truth of the spirit world that's rooted in unconditional love. Small t truths are what we're taught by the human: supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts. These lies, these conditions around lovability that say you have to be this to be lovable, you have to look this way to be lovable, you have to accomplish this to be lovable, blah 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 blah. Lies, lies, all lies. They're rooted in fears. Capital T truth is the higher truth. All the stuff is capital in the spiritual world. That is the truth, but it's all rooted in unconditional. There, it's eternal and no conditions. There's no nothing we have to do to earn it, nothing we can do to lose it. And that's the foundation, and that's the opposites. We come down here to experience conditional to understand unconditional more. And your true personality is about you know, your true you is the actor behind this character, right? But if you want to know this character here, you know, it varies from lifetime to lifetime. It's based on our astrology, our numerology, our upbringing, like you said, you know, our emotional body, our mental body, our physical body, all of our experiences. It formulates this character, but ultimately, this is just a character we're playing. And the actor behind the character is our true personality, which is powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. If you want to know more about it too, and this is for everyone, I have wait, the two of you. Wait, what is it called? It's a playlist I have of a video I did. Um, but it's about the two of us that are living this human experience. You times two. How could I forget that? It's called You times two. It's a series I did last year. It's about 40 videos that are all free, and they're like, I think the maximum is 20 minutes. They usually like 10, 15, 20 minutes each, but it helps us understand who we really are, and this combination that we can end up walking together as our human character with our higher self. So that's all free, available as well. But I like this. They're saying your true personality is the Knight of Wands, pursuit of your power, of your fire, where you invest it, where you point it, taking your power back is like your this personality. I am a warrior of my energy. What am I investing? What am I manifesting? Where am I directing it? And I feel like that is like the true personality, like it's fiery. So are you a fire sign? I think you're a fire sign, aren't you? And there but there's this energy of go, 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 and pursue and movement and achievement. But the quest of the Knight of Wands is to get your power back, to find your Ace of Wands. So I like it. Yeah, Leo sun. Okay, so that makes sense. It's part of it. It's part of it. Yeah. All right. And then your third donation there. Thank you so much for your multiple donations there. What are your natural skills and talents that spirit wants you to know about? All right. All right. All right. One of these is funny. I'm like, What?" But you've got the 5 of Pentacles, and this one of your gifts, when we've talked about this before, is helping with the number 5. It's transforming energy from feeling abandoned, feeling left behind out in the cold, and lacking to of this fullness of trust. And it's the transformation of this. And because this has been your kind of your life's work in a way, it's what you're able to share with others, because so many of your experiences become pages in other people's survival manuals. And so you're able to share with people how you've overcome feeling nothing, abandoned, left behind, and how you're able to step into this power knowing that you are so loved unconditionally and so full, right? So there's this transformation that comes in with that. And it is here with the Knight of Pentacles. So along with the Knight of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles. It's the slower moving knight, but they also are in the quest of their worth in relationship to the outside world. So this is one of your gifts, is to help people move. It's like the second house in astrology, if you know your astrology, like your birth chart, it'd be interesting to look at your second house and your Taurus energy to see where it's at, because a part of this is about the movement of self worth and understanding who you are and helping other people understand their own worth as well. And again, we feel like you're going to do it through music, right? Yeah, through music, right? Here, if you like, you get this when we ask about your talents. Here's music, here's sharing through sound, awaking people from the dead. And I like this. So this is, it here, right? I mean, yeah, musical expression. So here is exactly what you were just saying. And then I like this, bringing peace of mind too. So one of your talents is that you help calm people's minds down. And here is again connecting to that capital T truth of the higher realms. And it calms the savage beast. It allows people to be at rest. So I wouldn't doubt, that your music, um, that you wouldn't uh like I said, I'd be surprised if you didn't pursue like meditational type of music to help others. But I don't feel like it's going to be regular meditational music. I just feel like it's going to be unique because of this. Ace of Swords is about approaching it in a different way. So seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, being creative and being unique in how you're doing it as well. Yeah. Yeah, because it's emotion, emotion, it's such an important thing, it's universal, right? I mean, we can listen to, um, like I can listen to African drum beats and I don't know what they're saying, but I'll have my hair stand up all over my body because I feel the energy of I have no idea what they're saying, but I feel the energy. Music, sound, vibration is we're all vibration, we're all sound. Everything is vibration. It just vibrates at a different level, and so vibration of instruments and voice and stuff impact us. So that is it. You have those natural skills and talents, and they want you to focus in on those. Everything else is like a waste. Yeah, oh my gosh. So this came flying out again. Musical talent, focus on that. I love spirit. So there you go. And so that's what they have for you, Supernova. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for that. And let's see where we leave off here. You are very welcome. And then Cherry, congratulations on your first super sticker. Thank you for allowing me to be your first super sticker. And I don't see, let me see here. Did you have a question up above? If not, pop it down below and you will be next here. Let me just scroll up to make sure. Oh, yep, I see it. You want to know who your next love interest is. So we will take a look at that. And let me just make sure where I left off here on the free readings. In fact, let me just in case here, because I'm only going to be on for about 20 more minutes. So I probably will end up coming back. Let me just take some screenshots here in case anything disappears. And then we will take care of yours. I have a couple more. I do see those donations. Thank you guys so much. This is how I make my livelihood. So thank you for all of you that make donations, and I know for the free readings, not everyone is able to. So I appreciate your guys' patience as well as I get down in the chat here. All right. So Cherry, so thank you again for your donation. And you want to know who is your next love interest? So let's take a look here and we'll see what spirit wants you to know. And then nature, you'll be up next. I do see your PayPal, and then red, you'll be after that. So I should be able to get all of you guys in for the session. And if I don't get through many more free readings, Saturdays are my busy day. I I'll most likely go on to my praying mantis session like at 12:55 p.m. After I'm done with that with my members, I go eat to regenerate, and then I will pop on and usually complete the free readings too. It might just be later before my evening session because I will be back at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as well, which is like 5.5 hours away. All right. So enough blah, blah, blah. Cherry, let's take a look here. Who is your next love interest? What does spirit want you to know around them here? All right. So we got that one and that one and that one and these two. And I actually have these archetype cards from Carolyn Miss that they also want me to pull from here to give you information on them. All right. Well, we like this. We like a hero or a heroine that will come in for you. So, woohoo! We like heroes. They have a shadow and a light attribute. The shadow attribute is what they have worked on before, which is someone who felt they had to be hero for others. They liked rescuing people, but that is something they've already overcome. This is someone who has passion for a journey in personal empowerment. They might even be like in a career that is hero, whether it be like, fireman, police officer, soldier, someone who rescues, who their life is helping people and rescuing people. Like that's their occupation. So, hey, a hot fireman, that's not bad, right? You're like, woohoo! Yeah, and here they're showing it here again. So it is someone who very nurturing. They have this nurturing, caregiving type of energy. Well, it could be a doctor too. Now I'm thinking doctor, nursing, they help people too, right? But this nurturing type of energy coming in and very stable here. I like the Four of Pentacles. Both of these together, they make you feel like home. That's very safe and secure. And the Seven of Wands, this is them standing on their own. They're not afraid of other people, of, being attacked by them. They are used to standing up and being independent. Not that they're stubborn, but they are able there's like this strength. It's like a strength card in a way where they aren't afraid. They understand people. They understand that the people that attack are because they're scared, that they feel out of control. They feel low about themselves. That's why they attack. And so, very much a peacemaker. So, again, this hero energy, they help people in dire situations and they're able to help calm them because they get it. They don't take their blah, 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 blah. It's like a doctor who's helping someone who's injured and they're cussing at them, whatever. They don't take it personally because they know they're in pain. They know that type of stuff. So I like that. Very powerful energy there, Cherry. Anyone getting jealous here? I like it. Yeah, and it makes sense here. The individual here too, King of Swords, so very intelligent, a expert communicator. I kind of touched on that a little bit with what we were just talking about here, but they've got this, the King of Swords co-rules with the Queen of Swords, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which means that they are the masters of air. And so masters of communication, very intelligent. So with whatever they're doing here, again, it's leaning towards like doctor, someone who's just very intelligent, right? So I like that. And uh, Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands does show that they understand a lot about wherever they invest their energy. So very wise too. They know that whatever they focus on is what grows and expands. And with this, they get it. They understand that if I focus on what I hate and the lower vibrational fears, that's what grows and expands. So they're very I feel like this was what helps them with this nurturing. They're very upbeat. They focus on gratitude. There's a glow about them. They have a great smile. It just feels wonderful. I like this for you, Cherry. And then, yeah. And in case we're wondering, yeah, they have passion, Page of Wands, and emotional fulfillment. So I really feel, Cherry, that this is someone that is like, um, this is gonna be like the one. This next one that you meet, I mean, how wonderful and amazing they make you feel here. 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. All of your cups are filled and overflowing here. So I definitely love this for you. It's like the full package here. I like it. And they've been through a lot, so I feel like they might be just a little older than you, not like significantly like grandpa or anything or grandmother, whatever the they don't give me any of that because there is none of that on the other side. But they're like they just make you feel so full and whole and complete, because they make it easier for you to choose all of that because it's such a wonderful, cohesive, joining. So I like that for you, Cherry. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. We'll try not to be too jealous of you. But again, thank you for your donation. All right. And so next up here, we do have nature 1111. Thank you so much for putting your name in parentheses there. That helps me identify it. And um, you wanted to know here, what are Liam's current feelings for you and next actions? All right. And then red, you'll be up. And then Mia Mia. I think I should be able to get through for all of you guys in 23 minutes here. All right. Let's take a look here. So, what are Liam's current feelings? What else about feelings here? That one there. Anything else? Oh, okay. Next actions popping out here. So we got 3 feelings and 3 actions. Interesting. Anything else? All right, 2, and then 1 on the bottom is what's unknown. All right, let's take a look here at feelings. Okay. Well, we do have the Lovers card, so that does tell me that, they possibly have some emotions for you. So, they definitely have the importance of the relationship. They have this love that's there, and, I like that. I almost wanna use the word finally in here. They're finally getting past fears, thoughts, and beliefs and mindsets because 'cause they've got this, the Knight of Swords is the knight, of thinking, movement of thought and belief, and then the Page of Swords, which is new thought, new belief, new mindset. So there definitely are this changing that's coming in here, this clarity that's coming in here around that. So I like this coming in here. Very good. You are very welcome, Cherry. So glad. Now, next actions. Okay, good. At first, I was like, "Oh, no, no, not the Knight of Pentacles. That's the slow-moving knight." But then we have the action, the Emperor coming in here. So this is telling us here that it's been going slow, right? It's like watching the grass grow. So, we do have this finally, with spirit, they're like, "We understand it. There's no time on that side. There's spirit time. soul time. We're eternal. What's the rush? But they understand our human is in time, and we're like, come on. Um, but the emperor does tell us again, excuse me, with all of this action with mind and thought and belief, the emperor has a lot of people that tell them they got a lot of advisors in their ear of the growing up, not necessarily like currently, but definitely growing up, the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, the blah, 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 that keeps them from acting and, oh, I got to do it perfectly or whatever. But they're cutting away all this stuff. And the emperor here, they ask everyone to leave the throne room and then they make the decision. So that's why I feel like there's this decision coming in here of, um, that they're, the slowness is over and the action, Aries, fire energy action coming. Now, I like the Six of Cups coming in here too, because that does tell me that there's this past life connection that you guys have that's being worked out too, that's rising and bubbling to the surface. So, this connection that you have with each other that you feel is otherworldly, but it's other lifetimey, meaning that there's this even if you've known him in this lifetime, you feel like you knew him before that. It's like almost these feelings of bumping into a best friend that you haven't seen in a very long time. And you're like, wow, because you feel like there's more to it than what you've interacted with them in this lifetime. And this is coming up, and I feel like they're becoming aware of it too, as they're getting out of their head and more into their heart. And then what else do they have here? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So definitely these two cards coming together. Knight of Wands, fast movement. So definitely confirmation that things are picking up and happening. And the full card here, which is a brand new journey, a brand new adventure that's free of so many of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. It's the first card in the major arcana. It's almost like this childlike adventure that is has all this freedom that's involved in that, that comes along with all of that. So I like that. And then the hidden and unknown thing, yeah, the devil card, which this is the shaking and the rattling. This is what allows this to happen. If you look at the kind of the mirror effect of this, um, it's because this is the freedom. This is the shaking, the rattling that's been going on in both of your cages of your beliefs and thoughts around supposed to, should, need to, have to, must around it all. So they're not the only one that's been going through the rattling, right? Of like, well, this is who they're supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be. This is how the relationship is supposed to go. Blah, 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 blah. This is the freedom that's coming from here. And so what's unknown is that as you've been experiencing them, they've been experiencing you as this mirror, and you guys have been releasing a lot of old belief systems that you were taught when you were young about what you experienced from. I almost feel like maybe you guys had the same type of upbringing with like divorce and family, or a parent cheated on the other, or step parents, or there's all this I feel like this significant mirroring, but maybe not the exact mirroring, but similar enough where you guys had some of the same things to let go of, these old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, emotions, and those. So I like it. It's very positive. So I like that for you, Necha, and many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Hopefully that resonates and helps. It's like, yay, finally, here it comes. All right. Let me just put the cards back in here. And then Red, I believe you are up next. Let me just make sure I didn't skip. Nope. So, Red, you are next. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for your donation. And you are done there. So, a reading for today and tomorrow. please also see you traveling anytime soon. You've not had a vacation over 10 years. You'd really like to get away. Wow. I can imagine. All right. So, reading for today. Okay. Are those three? Reading for tomorrow are those two. And see here about travel and vacation. Great. Thank you so much, nature. I appreciate that. Appreciate you too. All right. So, today, wow, okay, what's tomorrow look like here? All right, and what about vacation time? Oh, okay, well, maybe next year. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. For today, you've got some of the same energy here. You've got the Emperor, who is like Aries energy and fire type of energy, and you got the King of Wands. So these, even though the Emperor kind of rules over all the kings, you got the same energy here. And you've also got the Six of Wands, which is victory and being seen and standing out. And all this energy together tells me that it's time for you to not wait for other people to recognize your victory, your abilities, your worth. That it's time not necessarily to toot your own horn to other people, but to realize it yourself and go, you know what? I'm not afraid of letting other people down. Today is a day to make decisions for you. And even though you've had a lot of advisors and people telling you, about all this stuff, it's about you being free and allowing yourself to make the choices. The King of Wands has the salamander here, which protects you from risk. So step into your power today. You make decisions for you, and you know, the chips will lie where they will. You can't please everyone all the time anyway. Um, they could Everyone gets to choose for themselves. You can give someone the world and they could still choose to be unhappy. So realize you get to choose now. You get to step into your power here. That Emperor and the King of Wands is definitely a very strong message that you get to choose. Tomorrow's energy is, look at all this Eight of Wands. A lot of energy being invested here towards living your dream, wishing upon a star. And I feel like tomorrow is this energy of putting plans together, because it's like when you step forward and you decide, all this energy from spirit and even your higher self comes towards you to help you towards living this dream. And if you don't know what that dream is yet, this is definitely a message of look and connect with your higher self to see what is it about this dream coming true. What is it? It's like step towards your dream. Do it. What are you waiting for, right? Again, got the little salamander protecting you. Salamanders can withstand the heat of the wand's energy, and that's why they appear and they're important for you, that you are protected. There really isn't a risk when you're investing in making all these decisions to step towards your dream, right? And so I like that. Now, um, so wow. Tomorrow, but for vacation and traveling, when I went, oh, maybe next year, I was joking because we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is feelings of lack, feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, and the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of choices coming in here, right? And when we're looking at this energy here, we've got this um, feelings of lack. It's like your inner child doesn't feel worthy to go on vacations. It's almost like a little kid. Like, other kids got to go to Disneyland and Disney World and places, but no, you couldn't. You weren't allowed. We don't have enough money. We don't have this. It's that kind of energy. And it may not have been that, but if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen, there's a playlist on my main page. Episodes 4 and 5 have to do with energy, the energy that we're putting out consciously, and this little inner child that puts up these um, these you know, uh, force fields that keep people away, keep things away. Even though consciously I want a vacation, the little inner child's like, nope, you haven't earned it yet. And there's this pushing away, and all of this. So, there's this energy that comes in, this energy that, comes forward there. So, I do, like this because it says that you do have this ability, um, for a, um for a, vacation and for these things. Um, yeah, a new washing machine, right? So, there is this, yeah, these, beliefs around lack, right? And I am using, there if you check out those videos, because it talks about that, we want it, but for some reason there's these barriers that keep it from happening. And when we go and we look at this out of balance giving and receiving, it actually changes things. These barriers fall down and abundance comes in, which allows for it, right? So I like that, because it will transform. Because I think it's episode 5, it's 4 or 5 talk about the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles that comes actually in between these 2, right? 5, 6, 7. But it's what helps release this and allows these wishes to come true, these desires, these emotional desires of things. But the little abandoned child, that's down there with this way out of balance. Like, you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. It's the same thing of, I have to give 1,000 abundance coins to get one abundance coin back. There's this freedom that comes in it. So I highly recommend checking out that Take 10 with Zen episodes 4 and 5. I feel like there's some tools that will help do it. And definitely it is possible for a vacation. Um, Even if it's someone gifting it saying, "Hey, come and spend, a long weekend with us." It's like, "What? All I have to do is get there," driving an hour away. It can be things that start off that way, but then abundance and more things come into. So I like it. All right. Hey, Sylvie. Yeah, normally you don't need any of my information to be able to donate. So you might double check that it's asking for mine. It might be asking, maybe for yours, possibly. Um, yeah, so definitely check that out because I get a lot of Venmo and no one needs my information. So uh, maybe just double check it there. All right. And I am getting close to also ending this session here in about 8 minutes. So I may not be able to get to you there, Sylvie, but um, okay, very good. We'll take a look here. So Mia, thank you for your donation. All right. And hello, hello. So you'd like a general for love. What is coming for you here? Right. And then we got Harmony. And then I'll try to get to you, Sylvie, here. If not, I will make you first when I come back after my praying mantis session. You'll be first up after that. All right. So let's take a look here. Mia, general love for what is coming for you. Okay. On that one. Oh, and then the unseen on the bottom. And anything else? All right, and then that one. All right, so this is the unseen. All right, wow. Well, you do have a beautiful Leo energy coming in here. Very bright, very victorious, right? And the Two of Wands. There's a lot of fire energy here. And, this Two of Wands is telling you whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if we try not to focus on that you're missing love in your life, focus on what you're grateful for in your life, even grateful for the love that you had in your life. That helps bring it in faster. Because if we focus on our lower vibration of, don't have love. I really want love, but it's not here." We're telling the universe, "I enjoy not having love here. Can you make it, like, draw it out longer?" We wanna point at what we do want, not on what we don't, right? That's what this 2 of Wands, does here. But I love this fiery energy. I feel like who's coming towards you is a fire sign. I mean, with all this fire here, we'll see what else is here, but Leo energy, someone bright, vibrant, probably nice looking. Usually the fire signs draw us in with their energy and their handsomeness and beauty and whatever. I do feel like they don't sneak into your life. They enter like the sun rising, whoa, or like the super moon rising, like we had. It almost looked like the sun was rising there. Well, and then if we had any doubt, we do have the Lovers card coming in here. So definitely love is on its way and it's coming towards you. And as I mentioned, I think you probably have already listened to this Take 10 with Zen. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about fated events and how things we can do to help them come in sooner rather than later, as well. I would recommend taking a look at that. And yeah, again, Leo energy on the end. So I definitely feel you've got two major arcana Leo energies. I feel like definitely a fire sign, probably a Leo, or with a lot of Leo energy in their chart for sure. So someone who is very, vibrant, very bright, very much seen. But I don't feel like there's someone who is, you know, arrogant. I feel like they're confident, and there's a big difference. Confidence is they know who they are. Arrogance is I know I'm better than everybody else, and that's not them. They're this other. Now, the thing that's unseen regarding love for you is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the importance of you being independent, of course, maintaining your this independent feeling with spirit and knowing and seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world from inside out. The nine is the hermit's journey. You're with spirit here on your hand, and the little snail is about it's taken time to feel this confidence yourself and feeling this wholeness. And I like the matching confidence with all of this because this independence is, you know what? I don't need you to complete me, but I want you, and this is the kind of underlying um, journey that's important for you right now because there is this movement of, uh, you know, uh, with them coming in. The slowness that it's been happening has been for you to raise your own self-love vibration because, the more that you love yourself, the more you're able to give and receive love to the humans too. If you love yourself this much, that's as much as can go out and in, but you want this huge self-love, right? Because it's a win-win this way. You get all this beautiful unconditional love from the higher realms as well as for these individuals. So I like it, Mia Mia. It is happening. So here comes the Leo. I just really feel like it's going to be a Leo. So that is what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And Harmony, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know, does T like you and their current feelings? And you are a Scorpio. All right, let's take a look here. Yay, hello. So does T like you? Those are those cards, and then his current feelings. All right. And anything else in that one. All right. All right. So we've got death and rebirth, and we've got the double endings and double new beginnings here. I do feel like here that they do have this energy here of there is this attraction. I know it doesn't seem like it would be here, but there's like this what's standing in between them and expressing it, I feel like they've just had a recent breakup or maybe several because double endings and double new beginnings, this could also mean maybe you both have recently, but they're going through this rebirth. And so even though you look at it and you're like, how does that say they like me? Um, there's this energy. Yeah. There's this energy of, um, I can't act on this right. I don't, it's like, I don't want you to be a rebound. I don't want, to jump from one fire into another. I want to make sure that I'm bringing the best me. And that's why I feel like they're going through this rebirth, type of thing. And that's why I feel they like you, because if they didn't, they'd be like, why not? I can use you for a little while until I'm done with you. And that's opposite of what they're feeling. They're like, no, I wanted to bring the best me. And, so I feel like that's what's coming in here. Again, feelings, they've got a lot in their mind, balancing their heart and their mind. And here's them standing on this hill defending themselves right now. So they feel like they're standing their ground against kind of an assault from people. And I just feel like this is them getting through, what they've ended here. And they're trying to find this balance between their heart and their mind here. We got the Ace of Wands coming in, which does tell me there's attraction, both physically and energetically. And they think about you, and there's emotions too. So it's all there, but this standing their ground, wanting to make sure that they finish this rebirth that they're going through first. Because, like I'm saying, they don't want you to be this rebound person, that, well, you'll do for a while until, I get through this. Yeah. Because they want it to be a higher love with this Ace of Cups. They don't want to keep doing what they've always done and get what they've always gotten. So that's why there's this slowness. And this also allows you to do the same, right? It allows you, while they're purposely going slow, it allows you to look at, okay, what can I do around my own self-love? How can I let go of, these thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve me, these emotions, these people, whatever. It gives you time to also raise your love vibration as they're raising their love vibration. Because neither of you want to continue to do what you've always done and get what you always got before, right? You're like, bleh, no, thank you. I've ordered off that menu before, and there's nothing on it that interests me anymore. I'm going to go to a different restaurant. And that's what's happening. So I like it. So that's what they have coming through for you, Harmony. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Yeah, yep, there's it's there, but it's going to be a while because they don't want to act on it. They want to uh, you know, uh, raise their vibration, be different because they don't want what they've had before. One, they for themselves, but also they feel you deserve something more than um, what you've had before and what they've had before. So that's good. All right. And Sylvie, um, thank you for your donation. I'm not going to be able to complete yours here because I do need to head off to my praying mantis session. So, and this is for everyone too. Let me just see where I left off in my screenshots. I will return. Okay, I got down to red there. Let me just take some more screenshots here. I will, for all the free readings, and then for Sylvie, absolutely, I shall return after my session, with my praying mantis members. Well, I'm going to go eat first, and I have to run an errand. And then when I come back after I'm recharged, I will pop back on for a live session, but there won't be any chat, and I'll just be going through. Sylvie, you will be up first, and I'll get because of your donation, and then I will go and wherever I left off on the free readings, I will, continue and get through as many of those as I can before my evening session. I will be back in, let's see, it's 1 o'clock here. I'll be back in 5 hours for my evening session as well as tomorrow morning. I'll be back at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So sorry I wasn't able to get through all of you right now. And Sylvia, thank you so much for understanding with that there. But I shall return. So just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you guys are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day or night, and much love to you. Also, if you haven't checked out this video yet, this is the winners of my giveaways last Monday. It talks about my giveaways for next Monday and some important updates as well. Yep, absolutely, Sylvie. It will be taped, so you'll be able to do it. What I'll do is I'll post a comment on this video, a pinned comment with the link to the next video as well. So that'll be there. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon.